When we hear the words World War II, what comes to mind is usually the obvious. Hitler's rise, the Blitz, D-Day, Hiroshima, a global war of tanks, trenches, and tragedy. But beneath the surface of strategy and bloodshed, there were stranger stories. Forgotten units, bizarre weapons, and ancient animals saving modern armies. This is the strange side of World War II, the side you've probably never heard about. Imagine a top-secret U.S. Army unit whose main weapons were paint, sound, and inflatable rubber. This wasn't fiction. It was the Ghost Army, a group of artists, actors, and sound engineers whose job was to trick the Nazis using fake radio signals, dummy tanks, and massive loudspeakers that played marching sounds. They created entire fake battalions, fooled German scouts, and distracted enemy fire, all without firing a single shot. For decades, their missions were classified. They saved thousands of lives with nothing more than imagination and illusion. Long before digital communication, armies still relied on a much older method: homing pigeons. One pigeon, named Cher Ami, became a war hero. In 1918, she flew over 25 miles to deliver a crucial message, even though she was shot through the chest, blinded in one eye, and had one leg hanging on by a tendon. That message saved nearly 200 American soldiers trapped behind enemy lines. For her bravery, she received a French medal and is now preserved in the Smithsonian. While the Allies focused on realistic battle plans, Nazi Germany poured resources into so-called Wunderwaffe, miracle weapons. Some were real threats, like the V-2 rocket, the first human-made object to reach space, but others bordered on science fiction. One idea was the sun gun, a massive space mirror designed to reflect sunlight and burn enemy cities from orbit. Another, the V-3 cannon, aimed to launch shells from France to London using multi-charge propulsion. It was built, but never worked. These wild projects show just how far Nazi desperation and delusion went. Across the Pacific, Japan launched a nearly silent invasion. In 1944, they sent over 9,000 balloon bombs across the ocean, riding high-altitude jet streams toward North America. Most disappeared. Some exploded in forests. One tragically killed 6 civilians in Oregon, the only enemy-inflicted deaths on U.S. mainland soil during the entire war. The U.S. government suppressed all media reports to prevent panic. Japan never found out the attack had any success. Even the British explored strange tactics. Winston Churchill, known for his fierce speeches, once authorized psychological experiments involving astrology, mysticism, and superstition. British intelligence considered spreading leaflets suggesting Hitler's astrological doom, or invoking supernatural fear to shake German morale. These efforts didn't win battles, but they show how, in total war, even the strange becomes strategic. And the oddities don't end there. The Soviets trained anti-tank dogs, but the dogs often ran under Soviet tanks instead of German ones. So the program was scrapped. The Allies dropped fake paratrooper dummies over France before D-Day, some with recorded gunfire and smoke bombs to create chaos. Hitler, it said, was claustrophobic and only had one testicle, something Allied propaganda gleefully repeated. British forces in North Africa used inflatable trucks and wooden artillery to appear more powerful than they were, scaring off German scouts. World War II is one of the most studied events in human history. But behind the well-known battles and global strategies are stories of deception, animals, illusions, and pure creativity. These are not just curiosities. They reveal the human side of war, full of fear, invention, and surprising humor in the face of horror. This is the strange side of World War II. This is the frame of wonder.